Hi, Andre. Obviously, the trip to Liverpool on Sunday. Just first, who's available for the trip? What's kind of the general fitness update within the squad at the moment?
Yeah, of course, the feeling in the squad is great. We are evaluated of our performances and our results, and of course, with a team like us and having a great performance and a great result is, of course, giving a confidence in the group that has been fantastic. We have been training good in the week. I hope that we have as many players as possible. I still think that there is Lauren is not ready, Caroline is not ready, but otherwise looks good. Bex is probably not there either, but the other ones should hopefully be available.
Just wanted to ask about Rebecca Knack, because she was in the London City Lionesses squad, and as you said, she's not available. Is she suffered maybe a setback, or is it just evaluate and make sure it's not rushed and that she's back and then she's fit to play a succession of games?
Yeah, I think I would say the second option there. I think it's about taking it slowly and not rush it. So I think she's on her way back, but we don't push it and force it. So we take it from week to week or day to day. So she's on her way, but we take it easy.
Just wanted to ask you about Aoba Fujino as well, and her progression, her performances so far. How have you evaluated the performances by her, and also how key is that versatility that she has to play maybe in the second bank of four or the top right of the top three as well?
Yeah, I think the football today is about being versatile. I think the best players in international level, both on women and men, are able to play in different roles, in different spaces on the field, and I think she is a great example of that. No matter where you put her, she's able to find the free space. She's able to be available, and I think having that kind of players that fits very well to how I would like the team to look when we are playing. That we are rotating, that we're shifting position, that we are mixing things up, so make it unpredictable as much as possible. And with her on the field, she gives me so many options to play her.
And just finally for me, of course, Liverpool on Sunday. How do you view the challenge of Old Liverpool? Obviously, they've had a bit of a difficult start to the season, but they've still got a really strong squad. So how do you sort of manage that, knowing obviously they yet to get a point, but they're obviously still a really good team too?
Yeah, but of course, I think they have had a tough start of the season, definitely. But it's also probably the feeling in their squad is that now it's time for us. So having facing a team that is really hunting is not easy. So if we just go down 10% from the performance against Arsenal, we will be in trouble. So we need the same performance as we had. I think we are a better team, but I know Liverpool deserved more results than they have gotten, because watching their games, they have done parts in the game that has been very good. So, but for us to have this respect of the opponent and knowing that they have good quality, and but at the same time also have the belief in what we can do.
Thank you.
Hey, Andre. Speaking of Liverpool sort of hunting and needing a point too, there's Gareth Taylor on the touchline. For Liverpool, he's very familiar with the Manchester City squad. How do you sort of, I guess, prepare for that too? Because he'll know, the quality obviously that you have.
Yeah, but of course it's especially a special game for many of our players that's playing against the former manager, and also of course for him. But I think it's not about he's knowing a lot about our players. It's how we can perform. I think that no matter if you have been coaching these players or whatever, you get so much information in videos and whatever. So I think that there is no secrets anymore in that. So it doesn't matter his background with the team. All coaches will be able to get everything in detail, both figures and numbers and the clips from our team. So I'm not saying that he's having an advantage of that, but of course he knows the individual skill from some players that probably nobody else does. But at the same time, it's not always that is the best thing.
Yeah. And it's been a few days now since the Arsenal win. I know after the game we talked about how you came away knowing that there was more confidence in the team, more belief in the team. But is there anything else that in the last couple of days you thought, okay, that was another thing that maybe I've learned or gleaned from that performance?
Not a new thing, but I think the biggest challenge for us is, like I said earlier, if we think we don't appreciate the hard job we are doing in every day, that we keep on, we are very early in the season. And we have just started the league, and now we face an opponent that hasn't had the same success in the beginning of the season. And if we then drop a couple of percentage, both in all training sessions, but especially in the game, we will be punished. That will not be enough for us. So the learning has been that every training session counts, no matter how long they are or what we're doing. We need to keep on pushing and doing things better, because even though that we won, we still have a lot of things to grow in.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go to Zoom now. We'll start with Dan.
Andre, hope you're well. I just wonder, in terms of you as a new coach coming into the club, players who were injured last year being re-embedded into the team. You've obviously had to balance injuries in the team as well. The fact that you're second place in the league, 1 point behind the reigning champions who've won title after title, how impressive is that so early in your tenure as head coach?
No, it's difficult for me to evaluate. I think we are quite hard on ourselves as coaches, because we always think that we can do even better, and you're disappointed about the points you lost against Chelsea in the first game. But on the other hand, I think it's a big credit to the players, because I can have 1 million ideas, but if they don't buy into it and work hard and believe in what we are trying to do and feel that this is the things that we are doing is because we would like to optimize them. So I would rather say that the players have made it possible to get a good start, because they have been able to adapt to the changes that we have done. That would probably be the best answer to that question.
And just going back to Gareth Taylor, I know that you watched a lot of Manchester City from back home before you got the job. So, what impressed you about the job that Gareth did during his time at the Joy Stadium?
Well, he has done a huge job in this club for many years, and just looking of the way they play football, the attitude of possession and being very structured on how they are doing, and on all the results they also have done. So I really respect the job he's been doing. He's doing a great job in this club. And of course, my job is to keep on working from what he has done and change the things or develop those things that I feel that has been missing. So yeah, definitely impressed by that.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Andre. Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan. We'll go to Gethin next.
Hi, Andre. You've obviously been in management for a while, like over 20 years in the women's game. You've obviously built up a lot of experience over that time, but is there anything that you'd say you've learned so far in your time at Man City?
I think I learn new things every day, and since you're working with people, you're working with, and in every meeting you have with a player, in every training session, there is things that you always add to your football knowledge or to your way of approaching players. So with that said, I would say that all players are individuals that you learn things from. It can be football things, but maybe also how do I motivate them? How do I make sure that I push the right button to make her to perform? That is one thing. And I probably also feel that a key and the most important thing for a coach is to be adaptable. So coming here with the staff we have, with the players, of me trying to figure out where do I start with this group. And like I said earlier, I have a lot of ideas, but I cannot bring all those in directly. I need to start from what former manager and the players are at. So that will probably be the biggest learning, to figure out where do I start with my coaching in the club.
And obviously, in terms of the midfield selection, you've got a lot of names in there. You know, Laura Pinkford-Bowers had a great job filling in. You've got Clinton, you know, Coombs, Loman's just come back from injury. You've got Miedema to consider. How big of a challenge is it for you to kind of find, you know, to put all those players and just select 3 of them or 4, you know, depending on what formation? But how hard is that decision for you every week?
Yeah, I think it is. That's what it's all about. We coaches and also the players would like to have a great team and with good competition about all spots. But when you select a team that is starting the game, you can only have 11. So there will always be this challenge. But I think for us coaches, the key thing is communication. And the key thing is to understand that there is 11 players starting and there is most often 11 players that is finishing the game. So giving players different tasks is one thing. And the other thing is that it's a very long season, and so far I've been using all the players we have in our squad that has been fit, both in the cup but also in the league, and that is building a strong team culture that everybody is contributing to the performance. So, but yeah. It's just keeping them motivated, keeping them understanding that even though that a player is performing a great game on Friday, it doesn't mean that you automatically is starting the weekend after if you do it the week. So I think that's a key thing.
And yeah, you kind of touched on it there, but I think one of the things we've seen a lot of in your tenure so far is rotation of the starting lineup, and I think that's maybe not always something we've seen at City. Kind of how do you find the balance between, you know, having a team that works well together, and then, as you say, managing minutes, managing injuries? Like, where do you find that balance, and kind of how important is having a squad that you can turn to and use more than 11 players for? How important is that for you?
Yeah, I think it's crucial. I think we have, my leadership is about creating a team where everybody feels that they can contribute to the team's performance. And I also talk a lot about that each session counts. Everything they do every day matters if you are going to play in the coming weekend. And I think that's what I also need to live up to, making sure that if you do a good training week and if you are present in everything we do, you definitely have a chance to play in the coming weekend. And I think that's also a way of building a winning culture, because it's not the 10-11 that is winning a league for Manchester City. It's the 25-26. Everybody will be important during a long season. So I need to show that already in the beginning of the season that means something for me. So that's probably the background why it's looked like it's been doing so far.
And then just finally from me, obviously we were seeing in midweek that 3 teams were playing in the Champions League. You know, Chelsea had a draw, Arsenal lost, Man United won. How much of an advantage, although obviously you would love to be in the Champions League yourself, but how much of an advantage can you take from having full focus on domestic football in the title race when those other teams have to, manage those extra games?
I don't know. I don't know if it's an advantage or not. In spring maybe, when you have more games, but right now it's also for them to play tough games every week. Meanwhile, they're playing tough games in the league. It's also building, hopefully, confidence, but also building relationship with these kind of games. So I'm not sure that it's only an advantage. Maybe when it becomes more games, but right now I can't see that they will struggle as long as they have squads that is big enough if they need to rotate.
Thanks, and good luck for Sunday.
Thank you.
Thanks.